Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Monday, Mafia Monday. Let's jump into our story. We're going to pick up right where we left off. We're going scene by scene through all three novels that I wrote about the Los Angeles syndicate. We're starting with the first one, California Gangsters. Our main character, Simon Castro, just went through an assassination attempt in the last video. You can go and find last Monday's video and catch up. I believe we're in chapter 25 or maybe chapter 26. I don't know, but let's keep going. I think we're going to end off this chapter today. Set your scene right. I got Mr. Snubby, as usual. Mr. Snubby's always ready for some action, always ready for some Mafia stories. So let's jump into it. Mafia Monday. My next appointment was with two upcoming writers who wanted to pitch a movie project. I had good luck with unknowns and could usually get away with paying them next to nothing for their screenplays. Two men in their early 30s were led into my office. They were dressed in tight, brand new blue jeans with colorful polo shirts like the frat boys from USC. One of them seemed to be in a little bit too good a physical shape for a struggling writer, in my opinion. They both sat down in the chairs opposite my desk, and one of the dudes said, "I love these photos of Jennifer Wilson on your walls. I mean, wow, what a knockout, huh? She's the hottest thing going in the industry right now." I had a real strange vibe about these two guys and was still on edge from this morning's assassination attempt. I replied, "Okay, let's get down to business. Make your pitch quick, fellas. Give it your best shot. Do you have any sort of written proposal for me?" The dude in the pink polo shirt with lean muscles said, "Mr. Castro, I must be honest with you. We're not here to pitch a movie project, as your assistant was told on the phone. I'm sorry for our deception. We're here from the Los Angeles branch of the FBI." His buddy in the yellow polo shirt pulled out some photos from a folder that he was holding. The first one was a shot of me standing on the front porch of my father's house in Beverly Hills. The next photo he handed me was a blurry shot of me and my Uncle Frank in his Cadillac, smoking a joint at an intersection. The last picture was a shot of several made guys in the LA family who were in attendance at my wedding reception. In the photo, we were each wearing tuxedos and holding champagne glasses up for a toast. I looked at the photos and then up at the two preppy undercover agents and said, "These are pictures of my relatives and my wedding night." The pink polo shirt replied, "Well, that is what I thought at first also. I said the same thing to the guys down at the office. I said, these are just pictures of a man with his family. But then, you see, Mr. Castro, you kept popping up on my radar. You popped up over and over again, and that's not good for you." I said, "I'm not going to apologize for being in photos with my family. I understand you may be concerned about my last name and my ties to my father's life. Trust me, I've had this problem before. My last name is a curse that will haunt me forever." He stood up and walked around my office, poking at my USC memorabilia on the shelf along the far wall. He replied, "I'm a big college football fan. I remember that you were the meanest son of a bitch on the field. You should have gone pro instead of joining the mafia. Simon, I know that you are working for your father. I know that you have illegal business connections with your uncle. I came down here to put you on notice. I don't usually do this, but I like you. You better keep your nose clean, or we, the FBI, will cut it off." I said, I don't know how you go from a few photos of me and my family to those sorts of accusations. Those photos are not evidence of anything. Look, guys, I'm very busy. Clark, can you please show these two gentlemen out of the building?" The two men left the photos sprawled on my desk and walked out of my office without saying a word. Clark followed them down to the lobby, holding the door open as they left the building. The pink polo shirt agent gave Clark his business card and said, "You look like a good kid. Stay away from Simon Castro. Go get another job as fast as you can. He's a real psychopath and you're not safe around him. Look, if you need any help or if you just want to talk to someone, here's my card. You can call me anytime. When Clark got upstairs, he handed me the business card, and it read, Special Agent John McKnight of the Los Angeles Division of the FBI. There was an official FBI logo and a West Los Angeles phone number on the back. Clark said, Sir, McKnight is the same last name as the agent who started the LA branch of the Bureau. This guy must be the grandson or somehow related. The original McKnight went after all the mobs involved with the syndicate board of directors. I think they got a statue of him down at the federal building. What a coincidence. I replied, We've got to stay one step ahead of this guy. You call it a coincidence. I think it could be the Castro curse. I've heard that name before, McKnight. What a shitty day this is turning out to be. Clark looked up from his pad of paper and said, Sir, your next appointment is in 15 minutes. I laughed and replied, I swear, if one more damn thing happens today, I will flip out. This better not be more FBI agents, Clark. Raymond came back into the office at that moment. I asked him, So, what's up with the kid working for you? Did you find out if he was passing information to anyone about the car that you were driving? Raymond sat down and said, Boss, the kid is dead. I got back to the lot and couldn't find him. I searched the whole place, yelling out his name over and over. I checked the whole property and finally saw a foot on the ground in between two of the Cadillacs. They slit this kid's throat. I replied, Dead, huh? That's interesting. Raymond said, Boss, did you send Sally down there before I got a chance to talk to him? I thought you said you were going to let me handle this. I could have found out something. You didn't have to kill him. I replied, Sally is busy on something else. I guess someone didn't want this kid to talk. They must have came back to make sure all their bases were covered. It was probably the same people who tried to shoot us. Raymond said, If that kid had never worked on my lot, he never would have known which car I was taking you around in. I'll understand if you want to replace me. You can blame me for this. I said, I'm not getting rid of you yet, old man. Tell me all you know about the FBI agent named McKnight. Do you remember who he was? The guy who was always after my grandfather? Raymond's eyes went wide, like headlights on a car. He sat forward on the edge of his seat. Raymond took out a flask of whiskey from his inside jacket pocket. He took a long, shaky swig, tightened the cap, and then put it back in his coat. He looked at me and then up at Clark with his bloodshot eyes. He said, Bobby McKnight. That awful name hasn't been spoken from these lips in a long time. He was your grandfather's arch nemesis. Bobby McKnight was a real mean bastard, and even though he never arrested your grandfather, he made all of our lives a living hell. Why do you ask about his name? I replied, Because he's back. I had 2 FBI agents here not long ago. A hotshot named John McKnight runs the LA office now. We think he's the grandson. Raymond stood up and leaned against the wall, gazing out of the window down onto the streets below. He had a 1,000-yard stare like a Vietnam veteran. With his back turned to me, Raymond said, You need to stay far away from that guy. If you don't give him a reason to come sniffing around like a stray dog, he will find a new scent to follow somewhere else. I can tell you this much. If he's related to McKnight, that kid can't be flipped. He's a goddamn do-gooder, and he's gonna put you away for life, Simon. All right, we're gonna end it here. We'll pick up next Monday.